Hello, d10e, decentralize. We are all here with a similar mission. We're all here with the fundamental belief that decentralization is the step that we need to change the world and radically positively impact everything that we're doing. The way that we're going to do that is from the companies you're seeing today. We're going to change systems of governance, and we're going to include new methods of value exchange. So I'm Crystal Rose, the CEO of Sense and Sensay. And I've traveled here from our HQ in Los Angeles to be with you here today and announce the launch of a platform that will put your brain on the blockchain. So why would we do that? Well, recently, researchers have devised a way for the very first human brain to be connected to the internet in real time. And we see that as insight into the human brain being like hardware. We're running software, and every day we're processing and we're outputting lots of data. And we see a value behind that. So what if we could connect all of the human brains together? What if we could connect all of that data and provide one massive intelligence network? So I'm here today to talk about the future of intelligence in which it's not artificial, but it's human. So I like giving my 2 cents. Here's a quick overview. In order to do this efficiently, we first have to quantify human value. And then we have to enable the human connections that allow the transfer of the value. So we do that on the protocol for human intelligence. And finally, the most important component of this is the developers. The developers are the ones that make sense. So let's start by quantifying the human value. This is a very hard job. It's hard even for ourselves intrinsically. Take a moment and think about how you define yourself. What makes you valuable? These are the top 5 ways in which humans self-identify as value. So what defines you? Are you defined by your social connections? Are you defined by your paycheck? Are you defined by your skills or by your contributions that you make to society? Or are you defined by what you love? Ideally, you're defined with an intersection of all of them. And I've removed social connections from this one because we're going to talk just about the individual to start. So let's start by picking which one resonates with you. If you have an intersection of all of them, that's your life purpose. In Japanese, it's called ikigai, and it literally means one's reason for being. Now, if you think about what you can do that you love, that benefits the world, and also what you're good at, you could remove that 4th one, what gets you paid, because really the capital is going to follow. And so think about what you do every day with your time. What contributions are you making, and what kind of capital are you earning? Is it financial capital? A lot of people spend a lot of time earning social capital because we like to do the things that we love, and we like to share our interests and the things that we're good at. And the output of that is a lot of numbers. We all have a lot of quantifiable data in followers, in connections, in interactions with each other. And the hearts and the thumbs, they feel really good. But you, the human, are not earning any monetary reward for that. You get no value on that data. Who does earn from that? That's the centralized systems, the platforms that you're sharing everything on every day. And they're earning a lot of money, like Facebook. They're earning about $8 billion a quarter selling your data. So we think, there's another type of capital, and that capital is comprised of the skills and the knowledge and the life experience, the things that you do that in that ikigai diagram look sort of like your job or profession or vocation. A lot of times these things get bucketed into things that we don't value as much because it's hard for us to quantify these things. So human capital is defined as your contribution to society and also your consumption. And it's in these areas. So we see these contributions as being highly valuable. The way that we express this information today is primarily through content. It's through writing, and it's through conversation. Humans throughout all time have exchanged value and transferred information through conversation. It's the most natural way that we do it. So let's try to put a value on this. What is the value of human capital? How do we really define that? We've distilled this down to only these areas that remove the vanity metrics. We've taken away those numbers that really don't have any way to provide benefit to the world. So the contributions, interactions, and content, all those things that you've created throughout time, think of that blog post you wrote 3 years ago. These are the digital goods that can be rewarded for any human on a system. So now we're packaging these up. You're going to see the word expertise is missing, because we believe that all humans are valuable, and we call everybody a sensei. So Forbes had said about Sensay that human connection is still a much more valuable resource than marketing data, and we believe that this is very true. The next component of this is, how do we enable those connections? So if we have the valuable content and we have the valuable human capital, how do we get it, what's the conduit? How do we put it onto an information superhighway and get it between each other? Well, humans are massive communicators. We're so good at it that we've made it so that everybody can connect together through any medium. And today, the average teenager is spending 6 hours a day on their phone, primarily on chat apps, and starting to use applications inside of those, using bots. Messaging still today, though, is fundamentally broken. Everything is centralized. We all know that centralized anything means that it's not going to be valuable and sustainable for the end user. And today, messaging looks a lot like SMS used to. Our very text message that we used to be restricted by carrier, and that's similar to how Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp work today. So we built Sensay. 3 years ago, my team started building with one goal. We wanted to connect all the humans together to help each other. Today, we're across all major messaging platforms. We have millions of users that are transacting their human capital. Sensay is a decentralized messaging platform that works across all messengers interoperably and allows anyone to freely communicate. We allow people to chat and transact. This is how it works really quickly. You put into Sensay in any messenger, this is Facebook Messenger, what you need. So you put some intent. It connects you to a real human, and at the end, you can transact coins. Forbes also said that Sensay is a step forward in the meshing of humanity with the future of chatbots. Sensay is a chatbot network and has AI underlying. So what we learned is that we are actually a decentralized messaging platform, and this is why we started to discover the blockchain. We have a potential of 5 billion people that have phones that can be connected, and we want to create that interoperable layer between them. This is Sensay today. We're a venture-backed company. We've raised $6 million from some top-tier investors. We have 3 million users who are transacting 21 million coins. So the other thing we learned is that we've created a transactional system. We sort of accidentally made a cryptocurrency, but it was in a closed-loop system. So then we said, okay, how do we open this up? And how can we decentralize it? We want to decentralize our entire platform. So we made the protocol for human intelligence. This is the underlying core technology of just Sensay, Sensay the application. All of these things are going on the back end, and these are the things that today will become accessible to developers. So really, it's a 3-tiered system. We have Sense, which we're launching now. We're in the process of our ICO. Sensay is an application. It represents one of any amount of applications. Anyone could make an application just like Sensay on top of humans.ai, which is based on the blockchain, and that's our protocol for human intelligence. Our developer platform has conversational smart contracts, centralized platform interoperability, meaning that you can tap into the network of any messenger via the Humans AI platform. Cross-platform contacts, we've decentralized the contact list and given knowledge attribution on the blockchain. And that's the big innovation here. We also have social consensus, meaning we use the humans to validate the data. So Sense for developers is a protocol. It's the protocol for the proof of intelligence. And we see that as the start to building out a human neural net of data. So if we go back to this slide where humans are communicators, there's one more addition here, and that's the number of crypto users. And if you see the number of messenger users globally, or the amount of people who are connected to data, 5 billion people have mobile devices today. We have 5 to 10 million cryptocurrency users only. And cryptocurrency should be as easy to use as sending a message. So that's what we built, smart contracts inside of chat. This is Ethereum being transacted inside of Sensay, and it can be done in any application. We've also solved the human scaling problem, because I know that the first question is going to be, how do the humans scale? We scale you by creating a bot out of you. We create an AI. This is for a second presentation, because we have limited time. So today we're saying, developers, we'd like you to make sense. We're opening the platform, we're opening the pre-sale to developers first. If you are a qualified developer, you will be able to get up to $1 million of allocation across the network, so we're giving a cap of 2,500. And this is because we really, truly believe that the future of the network is going to be built with the underlying applications on top of it. So this is Sense. Please make sense with me.